The first thing you want to do is light up your coals because they usually take time to light up. I use the natural coals ones that are made of coconut because they burn better, are bigger in size, and last far longer than other coals in the market. They also don't leave an ashy taste behind. There are different types and sizes of shisha bowls. The one I'll be using in this video is an Egyptian bowl, which you can tell by the 5 holes in the bottom. Now let's start by preparing the flavor while the coals burn. You'll need a thick aluminum foil like this one, a pair of scissors, a needle, and your shisha flavors. I'll be mixing 2 flavors. I have with me mint and watermelon. These flavors, they come in big chunks. So what I like to do is take the pair of scissors and cut them up like this. This is because it makes the flavor spread better in the bowl. I'll start by putting some mint. I like to use my hand because it gives me more control over the quantity, but you can use a fork. You see, now when you put the flavor in the bowl, make sure you sprinkle it rather than squeeze. You want the flavor to be spread around evenly and loosely so that the air flows better through the holes at the bottom of the bowl. This is because if it's squeezed in, only the flavor at the top will burn. So what you want to try and do is, the flavor has to be a bit far from the edges so that it does not touch the foil. Because if it does, the coals will burn it immediately and ruin the taste. I'm using a needle to loosely spread it around and avoiding all the edges. So in the end, this is what it should look like before the foil goes on top. Now this metal accessory is called a heat management and it can be used as a replacement for foil. But I use foil because it allows me to place the coals freely. Notice how the flavor is not sticking to the base of the accessory, and that's a good sign. Now what we're going to do is we'll take the foil and cut a long enough piece that can be folded. And that depends on how big your bowl is. You can take the sheet, make sure the shiny side is folded inwards and the matte side is up. You take the foil and tightly wrap it around the bowl. And make sure you tighten all the edges so that no air leaks, but avoid touching the top because you don't want the flavor to stick to the foil. Now that everything is tight, we will take the needle and start making a circular pattern on the foil. The smaller the hole, the better. because it prevents overheating of the flavor. It's important that you get the water level right. Shishas are different, so make sure once you find your right spot, mark it for the next times. An ideal water level should cover approximately 1.5 inches of the metal stem, and this is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what it's supposed to look like. Make sure that no air is leaking from where you place your pipe. You can use a rubber sleeve like this one, or you can wrap a cling foil until it fits perfectly inside. I'm putting the shisha head to close off all openings and test the bubbling. If you can pull and hear such bubbles, that means there is no air leakage and the flow is good. Once the coals are ready, make sure you place them far from one another to prevent overheating. I suggest you leave the coals for 3 to 4 minutes before you start smoking it so that the flavor heats up organically. Once that's done, start lightly pulling like so to get it started. And then after a few minutes, the smoke will start getting thicker, and that is all. If the shisha becomes too strong, remove one coal and you can add it again later whenever you like. If you're not smoking the shisha, just remove the coals from the top of the bowl to preserve the flavor. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.